All right, we are live. We have a game number. So just waiting for teams to arrive. Dracut versus Vegas semi. And here we go. We've got Vegas with the ball to start off. Ken Stabler, a quarterback. High INT, famously. Poor Jay. We talk about it every 5 seconds. Sure we go. Okay, here we go. 1st and 10. The Dracut defense, also famously average. We talk about that often. Mike going offense in the draft. Quarterback, first pick. Flat pass, Carpenter. Nobody home. Guessed correctly. Hits 13 yards on the defensive card. Quick first down. And Vegas up to the 33. Vegas mixes run and pass, as most of us do. Let's get my league manager up here. Off tackle, guessed wrong, to Carpenter. Finds the dreaded 5, no gain. Okay, we've got Vegas finishing 9-7. 429 attempts for Stabler compared to 464 for his 2 top backs. So about 50-50. Off tackle to Mitchell. Mitchell sees the ball a lot. Guessed wrong here. He's double teamed. Short gain is found on the 10. 1st and 10 up to the 45. Mitchell offers a lot on the intangibles. Doesn't fumble. Catches the ball so well. Not a barn burner in terms of runner, but he can frustrate you running the ball, moving the chains. There's a guessed wrong 2-yard pickup on Mitchell's card. 2nd and 8. And run Mitchell guessed right. -2 on his own card, so back to square one now. 3rd and 10 from the Vegas 45. Danger zone for Stabler. Could be thinking 2-zone territory here up toward 2-play territory here up toward midfield. May not want to risk a short pass on Stabler's card, which is interception on 10, 2 through 11. May try to get it in 2 pieces instead. Let's see here. No blitz showing. Offensive line matchup, I believe, favors Vegas here when they have the ball, so that's not too much of a surprise. Short pass to Barber. So he takes the chance, not double teamed, and Stabler can't find him as Brown makes the play on the 4 white die defensive challenge. So 4th and 10, punt away he will, looking for field position. Dracut get the ball at their own 22. So the Dracut D holds on, and the offense takes over. Jones, Riggins, Dorsett. Flat pass, Dorsett. Nobody home, guessed right. Gets 22. His longest reading. Dracut out to the 44. Linebacker was blitzing. Left Dorsett open. Put it wrong on his card. And Dorsett makes him pay. Jones, best passer in the league, as the card would suggest. Mike was able to find his way to make sure he did not disappoint. Dorsett, capable of all the chunks. Tony Hill now, guessed right. 3 men in zone. On Hill's card, but it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. The 7 reading will do most everybody in on short passes except for your halfbacks. 2nd and 10. 2 passes for Dracut. Now 3 to start the game. Didn't see this very often in the regular season. There's a sack. 14 versus 5, so 88% chance there for McGee, and it happens. It was on the D die. So look at these matchups here. McGee is the right end, so that can show up at pretty much any time for Vegas. 3rd and 17. Jones, of course, famously has the 16-yarder, I believe, on 7. On his short pass, yeah. So even out, and he gets 16 yards, but on Hill's card, so it sets up a 4th and 1 at the Vegas 47. Decision time for Dracut. Could go either way here. Really a not a straightforward decision. And he's going for it. Short yardage setup. We have a 6, I believe, running at center. Yeah, which makes all the difference in this set. You can get a yard. Many ways to get it. Crosses him up and goes short pass. Almost intercepted. Falls incomplete. Really the only reading, one of the few readings that would have stymied Dracut, and he finds it. So real tough roll there for Mike. And Vegas takes over pretty much where they punted away from. Their own 47. End run Mitchell, guessed wrong. Waiting. Hope we didn't get crossed up here. Lots of waiting. Short gain found on 7. 18 yards up to Dracut's 35. Don't believe Jay has the kicker. Let's see here. Yeah, mediocre at best is Frank Corral. 2 through 6, 11, 12, from 23 to 32. Short pass, guessed wrong to his tight end Barber. Stabler finds him, 10 yards. First down. Up to the Dracut 25. And run Carpenter, guessed wrong again. The tackle cannot make that block. White 5 versus the block rating of 4, 2nd and 10. Still not in comfortable field goal range. About a 50-50 shot from here. Linebuck Mitchell, nobody home. Plenty of blocking up there, but still only gets 3 yards. 3rd and 7. So can't break contain. Has got to deal with contain here on 3rd and 7. Gets into the 22-yard field goal range. Of course, plenty of variable field goal risk right here. Not showing shotgun. Not showing 3 wide. So a running posture here on 3rd and 7. Let's see what Vegas does. He runs it. End run. The 6 blocking back finds 25 yards, but containment comes into play. And it's 4th and 2. Gets the big roll, but the linebacker makes the play. I did not see what the white die was. But the contain was there. The field goal is good. 3-0 Vegas. And Dracut starts out at the 31. 5:06 left to play in the first. Dorsett starts off with a 4-yard run. Thanks to the blocking of Art Shell. 2nd and 6. Back to the run again. Riggins cannot get a block from Tony Hill. Would have gotten the block if he ran right. But instead, 3rd and 6. Jones can do it all three levels. His flat pass yardage, let's take a look if he can get 6 yards pretty easily. Yeah, he sure can. He can get 6 yards on 5, 6, or 7. Facing a nickel 3 through 5, throws it to Riggins. Riggins can't find it on the receiver card, 4th and 6. Jones starting off 2 of 5. Punt goes 36 yards. Return of 3. Vegas at the 32, trying to build a lead here. Dracut, the number 1 seed in the league, finished 12 and 4. Scored 382 points, which was 2nd in the league. Nope, make that 3rd. A double team short pass to start it off. High INT risk, incomplete. Linebacker double team, so there's still a chance of a catch on the receiver card, but Andre Thompson can't come up with it. 2nd and 10. You're not picking up much more interception with the double team on Stabler because he's 2 through 11. Guessed right. Short pass to Mitchell. Complete. Stabler with his nice short pass wrong card. Of course, finds the completion on the 11 when the interception sits on the 10. Isn't that always the way? 1st and 10 up to the 46. Familiar territory for Vegas today. Off tackle to Carpenter. Gain 16 on the 4. Up to the Dracut 38. Another threat here from Vegas. No doubt about it, Jay can hang with this number 1 seed if he can avoid turnovers. I mean, that's really what the game comes down to. These runners aren't going to give it up. The question is, here's a double team on the flat pass. Is Stabler going to give it up? Incomplete. Stabler's snap fumble an elevated 8.9, but just a tad worse than average for this set. 2nd and 10. Joe pass to Lofton. Another nice double team call by Mike of Dracut. Incomplete. 3rd and 10 at the 38. Well out of field goal range here. Got to be thinking 2 downs, but goes 3 wide anyway. Depending on who your punter is, coffin corner kicks can definitely bite back. A lot of short punts out there. You can end up with a 5 to 10 yard punt. So let's see. Short pass to Barber, incomplete. 4th and 10. What does Vegas do? He's going to punt. Let's see. Coffin corner. Here it comes. Gets a nice one off. Too nice, though. Gets touchback. That's kind of the issue. Seems to work better with the modern punters. 1st and 10. We have a joiner who has come to join us here. I've seen is not connected. Don't know why. I'll kick him from the studio. It's nothing personal. Let's give it another shot, please, if you can. Dorset loses 2 on 1st down. Missed the call. Second and 12. And run Dorset. Gets 8 back. So 3rd and 4. Devices not connected. Needs to add Mike Cam before. All right, let's see if I can. 1st down on a 5-yard gain. Dun, dun, dun. They're in here somewhere. Dennis, right? Ramsey? Guess not. Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay. Dennis, it's asking that you enable mic or camera before it lets you join. You can always mute afterwards. All right. 3rd and 2. Doesn't look like we missed much. They're set now, 5 carries. Big 3rd down play. Crosses them up, flat pass complete for 11. So there you go. I believe, let's see if Dracut's first 3rd down there. Feels like it is. No, it's their second. 2 of 4 now. Combined, these teams are 2 of 7 on 3rd. Up to midfield. Flat pass door set. Guess correctly. Can't find it on his receiver card. 2nd and 10. 3-4. No blitz showing. Got that nice advantage at right end. As many chances as possible for that. 2nd and 10 now. Short pass to Hill. 3 men in zone. Rick Bias makes the play. 3rd and 10. Shotgun versus the blitz. Preston Pearson in the backfield. Preston cannot block, so pretty big advantage here. Let's see if Dracut respects the blitz and goes flats here. Does not. In the face of the blitz. Picks off the pass, does Vegas. On 4 men in zone. Good defense pays off. Ernie Jackson picks it off. And just like that, Jones has a pick. Stabler doesn't. And it's Dracut. Dracut's territory is where Vegas starts off from the 45, though. So still a good 20 yards away from taking advantage of the turnover. Long pass. Nobody home. Chance for Lofton. Hit the receiver card, maybe? Yes, it does, but incomplete. Oh. One of the better long pass right receiver cards out there. Jay gets what he's looking for. Even guessed right. And just misses. 2nd and 10. Mitchell guessed wrong on the end run. Defensive end makes the play. Now we got a 3rd and 8. Another sort of tweener 3rd down for Vegas. Last time went for it all in one bite on his short pass. What to do here? In the blocking back, no shotgun. So shows a bit of a run posture. We have 3 wide in this situation last time. Let's see what Jay calls. Line bug indeed. So here comes Mitchell. Looking to get it in 2 chunks. Gets 6, so now a 4th and 2. Inside of contain, doesn't have to worry about that. Whole playbook is open to Vegas on this 4th down and 2 from the Dracut 37. Short pass, guessed wrong. 3 men in zone, crosses him up. Stabler finds him for 16 yards. So big play there. Rolls the dice, if you will. Does Vegas. Gets the favorable short pass condition and takes advantage of it. Short pass to Lofton. Guessed wrong. 4 men there this time. But Lofton finds it for 17. It's the 8 on the defensive card. 3 men, 4 men wouldn't matter. Lofton's really nice short pass wrong. Linebuck guessed right to Mitchell. Needs 4 yards for a score. Gets 6. Touchdown. Vegas up 9-0. 8:06 left in the half. The extra point by Corral is bad. No good. So 9-0. It's 2 through 10, 12. Finds the 11. So that pokes a little pin in the balloon of Vegas there. Not a clean score now at 9-0. Short pass to Pearson, guessed right. 15 yards. Jones's card pays off. Up to the 37. This team can score points in a hurry. Dorsett catches a long gainer on his end run. Jones gets 16 on a 7 short pass. All different ways to do it. Here's Dorsett guessed wrong. Tackle makes the block. 2nd and 5. Flat pass Riggins. Man home. Guessed right. Incomplete. Riggins' 2nd miss on his receiving card today. Flat pass. Now a 3rd and 5. From the Dracut 42. Flat pass to Pearson. Linebacker cannot make the play on the 6 white die. 19 yards. Up to the Vegas 39. Big play. Unlikely conversion on that 7, but gets it against that 5 linebacker. And Dracut's in business up to the 39. Let's check the Dracut field goal kicker. A little bit better. 2 through 7, 23 to 32, not much long. Off tackle to Dennison, picks up 9 yards. 2nd and 1, 4:48 left in the half. Blitz coming. Flat pass to Dorsett. 2 yards on the guessed wrong interception reading, and that's enough for a 1st down. Just a couple, maybe 3 quarterbacks in the set have a completion on their interception guessed wrong. Jones is one of them. Those 2 yards may not seem like much when you're evaluating the card preseason, but right there it gets him a 1st down. 1st down run to to Dennison. Fugate, the tight end, could not make the block, so 2nd and 10. No blitz showing here. We have a joiner coming in. We see Dennis. Hi, Dennis. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Doing well. 3rd and 6 now. Vegas up 9-0. 3 minutes left in the half. Dracut with their deepest penetration so far today up to the Vegas 24. 3rd and 6. Blitz coming. Favorable matchups on the blitz for Vegas here, but plenty of ways to get 6 yards flat for Burt Jones and Dracut. Looking past the hill. 1 man is there. cannot get the reading. Only 3 yards, 4th and 3 from the 21, into decent field goal range, but anything could happen here. He's going to kick it. 2:24 left. The kick is up, and it is good. Oh, a 10 on a 2 through 10. Long gain on the return, 50 yards. So with 2 minutes left, Vegas is starting at the Dracut 40. Already with a 9-3 lead. And Dracut will get the ball at the half, if my memory serves. It does. So big return, hits the 12. So gets the coverage long gain. And doesn't just get 30 yards, gets 50. Gets one of the better long gain readings. First down run to Carpenter, 5 yards. Dennis, if you have any sort of high-level thoughts on the game coming into it, feel free to share.
Well, I think this is what Jay wants. I mean, as long as he can avoid the turnovers, he's in great shape. I saw, looking at the ball possession, that there was an early go for it on downs that gave Vegas a short field that he turned into points. So that's kind of risky, especially in this rule set, because if you don't, there's so many ways not to make it on those 4th and 3s or 4th and 2s or 4th and 4s.
Yes. 4th and 1's a different ball game. 4th and 1, I'm usually not going to hesitate. Can find a way to get a yard. Center reading is, I don't have a good center. But
yeah, I didn't see what the call was. I wasn't watching the game then, so but that would seem like it was a turning point. And also the looks like a Dracut used threw an interception in their end. Yes, they did.
Yes, they did on a short pass, defensive card, INT. The 4th down, Mike got just a bad roll. He had a pass, I believe, if I recall correctly.
So Mike's waiting for that interception. He's waiting for that Stabler pick, but Stabler's been great so far in the playoffs.
Yeah, and he's hit a couple short passes here, including one on an 11, of course, with his famous interception on 10. Gets completions on 11. 2nd and 7. 1 minute left, one timeout. Not in good field goal range yet. Might be after this run. He is, with variable risk still alive from the 20. He's got a 3rd and 3. Whole playbook is open to him here. Goes with hurry up. It's a blocking back versus 3-4 in that hurry up matchup. Plenty of blocking on the inside. He crossed them up on a short pass in a similar situation on the touchdown drive. On a 4th down, did Jay, for a nice gainer. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, Linebuck, I would certainly do the same. Gets 10 yards thanks to his center on the 6 white die. 1st and 10 up to the 37. Yeah, you want to get that 2-score lead in the bank, especially with Dracut having the possession coming out of the half. Field goal will do that, of course.
The big return gave him great field position, and it also really gave him a stranglehold on the clock after he picked up a couple first downs. There won't be, if it was kicked deep, you're always hoping for a 3 and out on the defense. But it just looks like it's going to be Jay's ball till the very end here.
Crosses him up on a short pass. Gets strong, complete touchdown. Touchdown Vegas, 15-3. Going for 1. Could certainly make the case for 2, but it's early. 16-3 now, 15 seconds left. Yeah, I mean, as soon as you get that long gain on the kickoff return, then you've won the field position battle. Unlikely Dracut would be able to find points on the board. So it looks like a squib kick, which doesn't work out all that well, because 16 yards on Jones's 7 short pass. Well, he doesn't have quite the kicker to make that matter, I guess. Jones gets big yards on that short pass, which makes plays like that a little bit dangerous, but not really the kicker to follow through. Short pass, there it is. 3 men in zone, finds 14 yards. So now up to the 38, 1 yard out of field goal range, very unlikely field goal range. He's going to go for it, of course, so with 1 second left. 38 yards. I'm not going to find that on many short pass receiver readings, so likely going deep here. Tony Dorsett not in the game, so no threat of home run here, I think, from Pearson. I'm pretty sure his linebacker won't get him there. So we're looking at a long pass. And here's Preston Pearson. He gets sacked. McGee, his second sack of the game. And that takes us to the half.
So you're down 13 points. No time to panic, especially since you're getting the ball first. You want to just take a deep breath, take those 2 minutes or whatever the break is, and just figure out what's going to work for you to drive down, get some points, and make this either a 10 or a 6-point game.
What we haven't seen from Mike yet is a lot of end runs from Dorsett, which he certainly peppered the league with in passing situations throughout the regular season. He hasn't been doing a lot of it, where he has that 4, and of course he has the big stuff on the edge. I think he's had 1 end run wrong, 8 yards.
Yeah, he didn't play good defense, period. He's got to call a better half.
You know, you can always count on, at least having a chance at some of those interception splits too. So if he figures out how to stop the Vegas running game and forces them into more 3rd and long type situations, then he could maybe get rewarded with a pick.
That is the key. That is the key against Vegas. Force them into short pass situations.
Yeah, you need to do a good job on 1st and 2nd down, and then hit him on 3rd down.
Vegas very unlikely to throw deep, at least as I recall from his from playing him in the regular season. Just afraid of the INTs, and who wouldn't be? So you can, even with the average D, you can increase those INT short pass chances by creeping your man into the zone. But, I don't think, let's take a look here at the possession. I mean, Vegas had no double-digit drives, no drive greater than 50 yards. Whereas Dracut had the 2 longest drives in terms of plays, 9 and 10, including one 57-yard drive. So from that basis, it's not so bad.
So Vegas is playing that bend don't break defense and getting either a turnover or a miss. I don't know if there was a missed field goal, but a turnover or turnover on downs. He's just holding strong.
Very even in time of possession. Here's our kick. Starting out at the 31. Total yards 176 to 126, favoring Vegas. Play selection 16 to 10 pass for Dracut. 18 to 12 run for Vegas. And he found some nice chunky runs too, guessed wrong. Regan starts out with a 3-yard carry. We talk about Stabler's INT often. Well, we got to talk about the fumbling from Dracut. Riggins and Dorsett both a threat to drop it. Here's our end run to Dorsett. Guessed wrong, gets 6.
And keep an eye on what Vegas does with our linebackers. In the 1st down, they brought everybody. 2nd down, they kept them home. That's going to be slamming the gopher on the head game, whatever, for Dracut. They got to know, they can't ignore the flats, but they don't want to go there too often.
It's really a strength of Jones's game. Off tackle, guessed wrong, 9 yards, but tried to plug the holes, but it went to the offensive card. 1st down for Harmon, who has a min fumble. You can certainly get a couple yards when you need it on a 2nd and short, 3rd and short, when guessed wrong. Here's Dorsett again. Does not find his card, so Riggins can't make that block. 2nd and 11. No blitz coming. Big advantage for Vegas on the pass rush. Off tackle, guess wrong. Dennison gets the call. He gets 9. 3rd and 2.
Yeah, you look at this Vegas team, and it makes you wonder how they only went 9-7 in the regular season. They must have had some bad luck with the turnovers in a couple of key games.
Oh yeah, mine.
It certainly seems like a 12 or 11 or 12 win team when you look at them.
Off tackle, guess beautifully, but still 8 yards. Harmon runs right through it. 1st and 10. So many weapons on this Dracut offense. We didn't really on the preview show way back when. Didn't really give any credit to Harmon or Dennison for what they can do, and they're showing up here for some key runs. Look in pass, Fugit. Receiver right gets 12 yards. Typical tight end 5 right reading to get some double-digit yardage. Finds it up to the 23, a yard away from decent field goal range. Right now sits at about 50%, 2 through 7. A little bit better. But he needs touchdowns here. Not desperate for one yet. Still 10-12 left in the 3rd. Off tackle, Dennison, man in zone, gets only a yard, misses those short gains on 6, 7. 2nd and 9.
But an effective drive so far. He's doing exactly what he wanted to do. Move it right down the field and threaten that touchdown.
Here comes the play call. Short pass. 3 men in zone. Sacked. McGee shows up for the 3rd time. Really one of the keys to the game was McGee showing up, and for whatever reason, the D-die and the sack chart is calling his name, and that's not what you want if you're Dracut. That's a great equalizer. 3rd and 20, now back from the 33. Now 16 yards on the short pass on the 7 for Jones is a big difference maker here, as that would set him up to 4th and 4 if he wanted to go for it. Instead, he goes flat. Jay stays home. The 5 white dice shows up. The linebackers do their job. 4th and 20. Mike certainly thinking about that short pass on 4th down, just if he could complete a flat pass, which he thought was a high percentage play. Didn't work out, and he's going to punt it.
Yeah, you're almost at the spot where you should have ran it on 3rd down. I don't know what that would have been, but 16-6 is not a bad score.
And he gets the best corner he can get, so it works out from that perspective. But yeah, it's a tough spot there in terms of play call. On that 3rd and 20. Flat pass is a fine way to go, but yeah, running may have been the best way. 1st and 10. Think about Stabler's card too. Guessed wrong, that interception is 2 through 8. So you can guess run. If you put 4 men in the zone, you do that too often, of course, he may try to go deep on you. 1st down, guessed wrong, incompletion. Another 11 shows up for Stabler. No 10s yet on his card, but a couple of 11s. Linebuck guessed right, man in zone. Nicely called by the D. Only gets 2, 3rd and long. So here we go. See if Mike's willing to take a chance with the blitz. He's not. I guess he wants to encourage the short pass, not discourage it. 2 4s on the corner. The Dracut. Linebuck, guessed wrong. Man in zone. Blocking back, gets it blocked, but only 3 yards, going to punt it. So good field position if everything plays the form here for Dracut. What he's lost so far is time. 36-yard punt from the 44, fair catch. So can't get any advance, but still starts in good field position on the plus side of the 50-yard line. First and 10. Not one long pass yet called, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong out there. So far for Dracut. Off tackle to Dennison, gets 4. Second and 6. Got 4 free safety back there. There's opportunities to go deep. Obviously, it's not the strength of the card. Double teamed here. Loses 4. Big play. 3rd and 10 from the 44. Another decision now with 5:42 left in the third. How you play this if you are Dracut. 2 short pass attempts isn't in the cards. No blitz coming. That can give you comfort doing that. You can try to get it on a couple flat passes. He's going deep. Nobody home. Incomplete. The 9, I believe, would have been complete on the short pass for Jones. Instead, faces a 4th and 10 and punts away. Able to return it. And pretty decent field position for Vegas, all considering. Starting from the 23. So Dracut not able to take advantage of 2 first downs, two sets of downs starting out well within plus territory. Comes up empty. Guessed right. Nice block. 5 yards on first down. Second and 5. Linebuck guessed right. Couple men in the zone. So nice call here by Mike Stucci. 2 linebackers, still 3 yards. So no worries of contain on 3rd and 2. Field goal goes a long way here right now if you are Vegas, but still a long way to go before you think about that from 31. Linebuck guessed right. Loses a yard on the 5. Nice stop there. 4th and 3. Gets the roll he needs. Does the defense. 43-yard punt. Return 9 yards. Dracut now starting from their own 36 after the field possession loss. A longer field ahead. So the difference so far in this half was the sack. McGee's sack really changed the landscape of the momentum that seemed to be gained. Here's Hill. He can change the momentum right here. Guess wrong, incomplete. Plenty of opportunities for receptions on the receiver card. Can't find it. 2nd and 10. Catches the free safety creeping up. End run Dorsett. Looking for a big gainer. Does not get it. Only 4 yards. As Few gets 5 blocking. Can't get the job done against that 6 die. So instead of a 3rd and 1, we're looking at 3rd and 6. Jones plenty of opportunities for completions for 6 yards on his card flat pass. And that's where he's going. Pearson, not double teamed, gets the 6 white die. Beats the 5 linebacker. 14 yards, first down conversion. Into Vegas territory. 1:30 left. Needs 2 scores. i.e. touchdowns at this point. Sort of losing the opportunity to try to make it a 10-point game. It's not done yet if it happens fast, but it's slipping through the hourglass. Henry Lawrence makes the block, 2nd and 3, up to the Vegas 39. Momentum is back. You got to assume Mike is starting to get gun-shy about the blitz. Wouldn't blame him. That blitz may start controlling some play calling. It's a great tool when you can get in your opponent's head. Flat pass, Pearson finds the blank on his card, on the great Burt Jones flat pass right card. Incomplete, 3rd and 3. There's a 10. Mike thinking he needs one of those on defense. Boy, even the 11 guessed right is a completion on Jones's card. So finds the only incompletion on the card. 3rd and 3. No doubt 4th down territory here. So you might see him take a shot deep. It's certainly, anything is possible right here. Go short yardage. Here comes Riggins. Fugate will make that block on the 4 white die. 1st down. Boy, defense sold out to the run on a 3rd and 3. So Mike has to be happy with the result, no doubt. An interesting sellout from Jay there. 1st and 10.
That would have been a killer pick if it would have been 9 and then they hit the interception split on the D card on the short pass.
Oh, my. Yep. 5-yard 1st down run for Dennison. Dennison 8 runs today. Regular season, Dennison carried 83 times. It's just a little bit less than Riggins, a lot less than Dorsett. And today, he's right up there with Dorsett. 2nd and 5 from the Vegas 29. Off tackle. Beautifully called by the defense. Loses 2 yards, 3rd and 7. So a lot of defensive chances taken by Jay here. And he's getting them right every time. So nice play calling. Third and 7, blitz not shown from the 31. A little more difficult for Jones to get 7 yards on his flat pass right card. And here it is to Pearson. Gets 8. 1st down. Finally, it's his first hit that I recall. Flat pass right in that wheelhouse of 5, 6, 7 for Jones. Flat pass to Dorsett. Gets 7. Second and 3 now from the 16. Blitz showing. I, for one, would not expect a short pass here. Going to play small ball one way or the other. Run or pass, meaning flat, and there's your flat to Hill. Gets 8. All right, flat pass now off the board. Now that Dracut sits at the 8-yard line, 12 minutes left. Goes to the full house back from the 8. Not sure if Harmon or Dennison can catch well, what his receiving options are here. Blitz shown on 1st down. Dennis, that legal?
Yes, inside the 10, you can show blitz on either side.
1st and goal from the 10, not legal. 1st and goal from the 9, legal. Is that right?
Correct.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's what came up in your game. Yes,
right, inside the 10. That's the way the rule's written.
Dennison gets 5, guessed right. Some tough running there from Dennison. Not many big runs there. The 8 is his best chance, but comes up with 5 yards on the 3 roll. 2nd and goal from the 3. So it brings up the guards to a 5. Center already sits at a 6. The tackles and the end now sit at a 6. Pretty much 5s across the board for the defense. Short pass crosses the whole world up and can't find him with 4 men in the zone. Jay leaves a man back. That results in the blank reading. 2 chances now for Mike, who thought he had it there. I'm sure he was thinking that was going to convert. With Jones's short pass card, you can not be too fearful of a sack here. In most cases, you'll have a good chance for a completion. That's what he's doing. Short pass to Fugit. Incomplete on the 7. Receiver card in Mike's hands, I'm sure, are pounding the table. 4th and goal from the 3. 2 guessed wrong short pass opportunities for Burt Jones, falling complete in a row, including one that went to Jones's card. All right, well, this is not the ball game, but it's obviously a vital play in the game. Just needs 3. Don't know the running cards well enough to know where those 3-yard gains sit guessed right. He's going to Harmon, relying on his center. Gets 7 guessed right. Touchdown. Lots of ways not to make it. Made it. The kick is up, and it is good on a 2 through 10 extra point. 16-10, we have a ball game. What do you guys think about that 4th down call? They're speechless. First and 10 for Vegas. Jay can't afford to play afraid here. End run to Carpenter, guessed right. No gain, 2nd and 10. Hasn't played fearful. That Stabler interception all game long. Need to maintain that posture. You go into a clamshell here, you find yourself in trouble. Dennis came and went. Dennis, you back?
Yes. What did I miss? Did he get in the end zone?
He got in the end zone. 4th down, Linebuck scored. Guessed right. Now a 3rd and 2 after a flat pass completion on Stabler's card for 8 big yards. Really key completion there. Sets him up with 3rd and manageable here from the 24. 8:42 left. Short pass, crossing everybody up. 3 men in zone. Guessed wrong to Lofton. Big opportunity here. What can Jay do? He hits the long gain, but only 30 yards. The 7 on the long gain column. No complaints, I'm sure, from Jay, as he crosses midfield to the Dracut 46. There you go. Jay not playing with fear. That's the key here with Stabler. And it pays off. Short pass this time to Mitchell. 4 men in zone. Guessed wrong. Opportunity for interception is high, but he just misses it. The 9 shows up. The 8 on the split would have been incomplete across the set. So the average D did not come into play. 2nd and 10. Short pass, 4 men in zone. Another INT. Oh, the 9 shows up and not the 10. Incomplete. 3rd and 10.
What's that guessed wrong, Anthony? What's that guessed wrong?
Guessed wrong. It's a completion for 10.
Oh, good call.
So now 3rd and 10. Interesting spot here for Vegas. Really interesting. Punting the ball away is not something you'd be happy with. Put a little pit in your stomach. You know how fast Dracut has gone down the field. Beautifully called double team by Mike. Incomplete on Mitchell's card. If he was not double teamed, it would have been complete for 12. Huge call for Dracut. It saved the game. The punt goes 29 yards on the coffin corner to the 17. 83 yards for the lead, pending an extra point for Dracut. They've done this. They did this to Rochester with less time in the game on a final drive. 6:54. Difficult to make that a final drive, but it's possible from 83 yards out. Flat pass door set. One man home, guessed right, gets 5. Mission accomplished, if you're Mike, on that first down call, 2nd and 5. Well, Tyke had asked Mike to make some better calls in the second half on D, and that short pass double team was exactly that.
He has done a fantastic job in the second half.
You could not ask for a better call than that, double teaming that halfback.
That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff.
It's a ballsy call because he's.
What happened? Orange County's got the ball.
What happened is right. Fumble the ball.
Not Orange County, Vegas. Vegas has got the ball.
Vegas has the ball. Our game got out of sync, and we missed the fumble on a 41 versus 37. So
yuck.
Dorsett's card.
Oh, the ugly
factor there.
The fumble, my nemesis.
And Tony D coughs it up.
Oh,
Growing up, I like Tony D. In that era, a little bit, I was only 3 years old at the time, but in the 80s. And he gives it up there. Looking pass, guessed wrong. Pick is still in the cards here. Oh, he hits the 6, 20 yards for Barber, down to the 4.
Doom. Doom.
With a 6, 6, and 5 up front.
It would be hard not to go 3 line bucks in a row field goal here.
I'm with you. With your lowest fumble, and everybody's low fumble here. Line buck, Mitchell, looking for that center reading. Doesn't get it. No gain, 2nd and 4. Pay a price with the average D here is you can give up some yards on the card. And there's an example. 3 yards to the 1. 3rd and goal from the 1.
Yeah, it's just the play right here, boy. He's got to kick the figgy if he misses it, so.
Keyed correctly. Mitchell, looking for the defensive card, gets it, and there's the center reading.
Oh, brutal.
Touchdown. Nicely called by the D, but the center makes the block. The 7-run center, if you will. Hits it on the 5 white die. And he'll go for 2 here. Makes sense. Mitchell, linebuck. Gets it. 3 yards. Is in there. 24-10. 3:18 left.
I'm with Dennis. The first half, that 4th down call is coming back to be kind of crucial.
Yeah, and that's so much the call is the roll, right? I mean,
right. Yeah, no, the fourth down play was a big play. That was a big play, boy.
So Vegas, a 9-7 wild card, played in that first round, is on the verge of winning 3 games in a row to get to the final, where he'd face Seattle. Short pass, Hill, woohoo, double team, 17-yard pickup. Jones flashing his card. Up to the 50, 2:06. Preston Pearson stays in the game here, and what could have been a run opportunity. Going deep, 2-man in zone. Incomplete.
How about a fourth sack?
Certainly in play. 2nd and 10. Short pass now. 3 men in zone. Must run gets 7. Not out of bounds. Gonna have to save those TOs. 3rd and 3. So establishing that he wants to throw long should make it a little bit soft in the short pass zone for him. Flat pass, tries to catch the linebackers, can't do it. Couldn't get out of bounds. That hurts. Burns a bit more clock. 1:22 left after the spike. 2nd and 10. Double team correctly by the linebacker, so he'll still have the chance. Couldn't find it. 3rd and 10. Interesting double team there to pull that safety over for that assignment in the silo of one receiver, but it paid off. Long pass, 2 men there. Avoids the INT. Surrounded by completions on the 11. 4th and 10. So this is it for Dracut. No blitz shown, which is fine. No complaints there. Who's he going to go too short? He goes to his halfback. He gets sacked. McGee shows up to put the cherry on top. His 4th sack of the game. Vegas will advance. Great game by Jay. Dracut loses the turnover battle 2-0, correct? And
That'll do it.
And that's what he needed. You expect that he's gonna end. I mean, if there was a betting line on it, you'd assume it would be about -1 for Vegas, maybe 1.5. And instead, it comes out the other way too. So I know Mike is going to join the broadcast. So we'll wait for his arrival. Until he gets here, Dennis, thoughts on the championship game? If you are still with us. Dennis is with us but muted. In the regular season, oh, here comes Mike.
Hi, Anthony.
Hey, Mike, tough one.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to know what frickin' Jones's flat card looked like.
His what?
Jones's flat card, what it looked like.
What it looked like?
Yeah, I kept missing.
Yeah, you did keep missing. It was ridiculous.
It was crazy.
You finally caught one, like what? Beginning of the 4th quarter. You know, in his wheelhouse, 5, 6, 7. Guessed right.
Yeah, I got 5 yards. I was like, whoop-de-doo. But yeah, just crazy. And then that damn once Dorsett fumbled, the game was over. He was in field goal range. But just I couldn't make the 4th downs. He's making the 4th downs. Every wrong call in the first half. Yeah, nice poster. I had 3 wrong pass calls in the first half, and every one he completed because it was my guess wrong. And he only had 6 completions in the first half. Stabler.
Yeah, I mean that's going to happen. The hits on 11, were he could not find the 10. The hits on the 9, the hits on 11. But
I mean, I was checking it out. He had not thrown a pick in all 3 playoff games.
Whew. Yep.
Like, how is that even possible? With a pick at 10. There was one time he rolled an 11. I'm like, oh yeah, great. Like one almost not. It's not quite 1/6, but basically any roll that's a 4 or higher, he's got a 1 out of 6 chance of throwing a pick.
Yep. Yep.
Basically, but it was funny. He scores 13 points in the second quarter, and I have the ball for 11 minutes.
Yeah, we touched on that a little bit. Hey, Mike, this is Dennis.
Hi, Dennis. Yeah, go ahead.
Anthony pointed out that like you were dominating in the time of possession, dominating in the play long drives, but the score you were trailing. So it was like one of those things. Like you're doing everything right, the drives are just finishing on a sour note.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it was dominating, but Vegas had a 30, 40-yard advantage, but that partly at the half, but that partly came from that missed fourth down, where the dice just decided not to work with you there.
Look at the ball possession in the first half. I couldn't get him off the field. He got a minimum of 2 first downs every single drive. So he's going, look, 2 first downs, 2 first downs, 2 first downs, 3 and 3. And at the first half, his average field position was his 42.
Yeah.
And my average was my 23.
Yep.
And then the 60-yard friggin' kickoff return right before the half gets him 7.
Yep.
Because I can't stop him. But that was the killer.
Yeah, that too, and just the fact that you had average pass defense. I mean, average defense, and he had good. There was times where it just like your cards were, when he landed on your cards, he was getting either the benefit of his center blocking it or getting the right receiver reading. Those rolls just weren't falling for you. I think it's a credit that you were able to get the number 1 seed with average. Your offense is great, but usually in these types of competitions, it's the guys with good, or if there's an excellent one in there, you're not surprised at all to see them in the semifinals. So good job on that.
Well, if you look at the box score, and he certainly stood out during the game. I mean, the MVP I'd say would go to McGee. McGee cost you points on at least, I think, 2 occasions where you were set up to score, and he came up with a sack. And in many cases, they were not even safety blitzes, so they were D-die readings. So he needed the D-die, and then he needed McGee to come up on the chart, and that was an upside down matchup for you. McGee was somewhere around an 80% chance of a sack, and
88 one time.
Yeah.
I threw that short pass, and I said to myself, "Oh my God, if he calls pass, I could get sacked." And sure enough, I got sacked. I mean, that didn't cost me the game, but yeah, I mean, it was in the back of my mind every time. And look at the stats. One interesting thing is I did not have one run over 9 yards the entire game, and I had 19 runs between Dennison and Dorsett. I mean, and obviously most of them were wrong,
Yep.
But go ahead.
Drive you had in the second half. So that sack by Scott there, I think was probably the key play of the game. You can think of a few plays, but that one to me stood out because you were poised to score. If you did, it was a 1-score game early in the third quarter. Basically, it's a toss-up. Instead, he had the ball with the lead, and all of a sudden, it was a definite chase situation. You had to chase the rest of the game and try to overcome a pretty big hill. If you'd have been able to get those 7 points on that first drive, just a different ball game. Really, it's anybody's ball game at that point. Instead, the second half becomes much more of a cat and mouse for you.
Yeah, I mean, one of the problems was it seemed like every time I got over the 50-yard line, I was bogging down. I couldn't get the runs that I needed, even with Dennison in the game. I mean, his whole thing is that 14 out of 36 short gain, and I didn't hit one all day.
Yep.
And the funny thing was, I figured when I put him in the game, he'd actually call a little run. It was the opposite. He didn't even have any respect for Dennison. He didn't need to. So he just continued to call his pass, and then I'd have a bad roll, turn it into 3rd and 6 or 7, and then I'd be missing the stupid flats that I was throwing. I couldn't hit a flat in the first half.
Yep.
For my life depended on me. I remember one time it was 3rd and 5. I said, all right, this is great. I got it for 7. I got it on a 6 roll. I got it on a 5 roll. And I got it on 8 or 9. It's going to be a receiver hit. I mean, there's pretty good chances. And, of course, I didn't get it.
Yep.
But,
And
but
then
yeah.
Jones'
And then
INT, which was an unlikely one on the defensive card. You ended up -2. So the use of Dennison. So Dennison certainly carried the ball more than he usually does. If you just look at the regular season stats, he was 3rd in carries for you behind Riggins. So he took some carries away from Riggins and some carries away from Dorsett. Thinking there was what he was calling pass so much you were going to hunt for that short gain, or was thinking to avoid Dorsett's fumble?
Yeah, I don't know if you know it, Anthony. I probably played you at the beginning of the season. Well, anyway, I kind of figured out that the way to use Dennison was if I got over the 50-yard line to bring him into the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously the Dorsett fumbles were so huge, I didn't want to risk that. But Dorsett has those 23 and 40-yard runs that I didn't want to give up on my side of the field.
Yep.
So my strategy was once I got over the 50-yard line, I don't want to fumble there, in the red zone. I don't want to fumble when I'm going to get points.
Yep.
So I was bringing Dennison in basically for those situations, and it worked great throughout the whole year, basically. I ran him a little bit more than I normally would today within the 50 because he was calling so much pass. But so that was kind of and Dorsett finished with 4 fumbles. I know I was getting a lot of crap all year about the fumbles that Dorsett had. He lost 4 fumbles all year.
He didn't lose many. He only lost 4. Yeah. I think 13-4, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, to lose 4 fumbles in 16 games, I mean that's nothing.
Yep.
Then of course, I have one quick question before I go. So 3rd down and 20 at your 33. You threw a flat pass that was incomplete. Did you have any thoughts of running there to get back into field goal range?
Yeah, you know what? Now thinking about it, Dennis, I probably should have. But yeah, I'm glad it didn't cost me the game or anything. Well, one of the things is I just said to myself, I'll just throw a flat pass. One of the things I was kind of hoping he would do was, I was getting in 3rd and 20, and he was leaving all of his flat linebackers. You know what I mean? Which is very unlikely. A lot of guys will double my guys, but he was leaving them.
Yeah, I think a part of that is the rule set because you're not going to get that white die 6. So if you leave them home, you're going to stop any flat pass from getting that first down practically.
Yeah, but 3rd and 20. Yeah, I just wanted to get into field goal range, basically. You're right. If I come out in pro set, I just run the ball up the middle. I'm probably okay. But you know what? I'm 50-50 from the 40 to 49.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know that.
So that
makes a difference.
Yeah, so it's not great. I'm 50-50 from that point. So I really wasn't, and my punter is so bad. His average kick is 39. So I was weighing with myself going, Jesus, if I pooch this, I said, he may have the ball inside the 5. So I said, you know what? I'm going to kick it. And that's what I ended up doing, basically holding him on a 3 and out. Yeah. I had my opportunities in the second half. I just couldn't move the ball once I got inside the 30, it felt like. And then I get it down to the 2-3-yard line, and I throw 2 incomplete wrongs to say, and I'm like, this is impossible.
Yeah, we assumed you were pounding the table, but
I wasn't pounding the table, but I was like, this figures, I'm like, and I got so lucky to get in. Was it 4th down? I think it was.
Yeah, 4th from the 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I was at his mercy at that point.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to take off. Thanks so much, Anthony, for calling in, and congratulations on a great season. Mike, don't worry about it. You'll be back.
Oh no, yeah, no problem. Good luck in your game.
Hey, thanks, I appreciate it.
And just to finish off, Mike, you deserve credit for your defensive calling in the second half. That last touchdown drive obviously was a dagger, but up until then, you in particular, the 3rd down call when he was at about your 40, and you double team Mitchell on the short pass, which would have been complete guessed right. So your call there made all the difference, and you got the ball back, and then of course Dorsett fumbled it away on the ensuing possession. but that was just a clutch defensive call.
Yeah, that did save me. But I gave him too many runs in the first half. I if you noticed, I kind of switched it up in the second half, and I was kind of hoping he would throw more because I wanted that pick.
Yep.
And it really helped out. I was giving Carpenter and Lido Mitchell, I really should have called more run in the first half. I actually came into the game, I watched all his games that were recorded. I think you had 2 of them. And I had my log from my last game that I had gone through with a fine tooth and comb.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of had a good idea. I wanted to call a little bit more run, especially on first and second down, and take my chances with his throwing the ball on those 2 downs.
And that's a fine strategy because the interception's still healthy, guessed wrong, on the 10.
Right.
It's like 2 through 8, the short pass.
Right.
So, I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, he's not like Jones. There's not 16 yards, 17 yards everywhere. To give up a 10-yard completion on 9 or whatever, when you have a chance, even guessed wrong for the pick, and you're going to be able to stop that run. That's it's not a bad way to go to call run in those situations. And as you probably notice, he doesn't go deep very often.
Yeah.
And of course, Stabler's card dictates that.
Yeah, I got really lucky. He missed the receiver hit on Lofton.
Yep.
When he went deep.
Yeah, guessed right. But yeah.
Right.
He has 7, was it 8 through 12 hits, and he landed at a 7. But of course, you had plenty of bad luck on receiver cards too. You mentioned the 2 red zone throws, where it hits the tight end 7. Guessed wrong to a pass. Yeah.
Not that it really mattered. Late in the game there too, he hit the 6 over the middle. He hit the 6 look in versus my 5 linebacker. I actually have a 6 linebacker. I could have moved him in. But I moved him into the zone instead because he was kind of hurting me with the line buck. I wanted the 6 linebacker in there.
That was a huge
yeah.
And he ends up getting a pretty big short gain. I think it was all 20 yards, maybe.
Yeah, he got 20 on that. Yeah. But he made me pay whenever I called wrong. Like I said, there were 3 wrong pass plays in the first half that he hit because I called wrong. And Stabler did an incredible job.
Sure did. He outplayed Jones. That same completion percentage, TD, no picks, ends up with an 89 rating, passer rating, Jones 52, and of course the sacks 4 to zip.
Yeah, he sacked me 4 times when I played him the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that was going to be an issue with McGee. He's got McGee on my center, who's I think 2. And he plays 3-4. And he'll either put him at the nose tackle if he's got a good matchup there, or he'll bump him out to a defensive end position if he's got a weaker pass rush. He can get a better pass rush out at the tackle. He moves him around because you can do that. He plays both end and nose tackle.
Mm-hmm.
There was one other thing I wanted to mention. The long gain that I got before half on the kickoff with 15 seconds, the first die was a 1. The first die was a 1 for my long gain. A 1 or a 2 was an 88 and an 87 yard return. But I ended up getting a 6, so it ended up being a 30-yard return.
Yeah.
But I had a shot at actually a return that could have got me points, but I ended up with 30 yards.
Yeah, just 30 yards. Yeah.
But
we mentioned that you hit the long game, but it wasn't that spectacular at 30 for sure.
Yeah, I got the 7.
Any other thoughts?
No, I was looking at here. Oh, Barber had 4 catches. Wow, yeah, I really held him down throwing the ball. I mean.
Yeah, but you make a good point that as you look at the longs, your longest play was 22 from scrimmage.
Yeah, that was a flat wrong.
Pass.
Move the linebacker.
Linebacker up. Yep.
Yeah.
So you didn't hit the big play from scrimmage, and he had the 1-2 top 2 top runs, 18 and 16, Mitchell and Carpenter. And then the Barber in the Lofton for 20 and 30. So he bottled you up, kept you with some moderate gains at best.
Yeah, Jay called a great game. He was really killing me on third down in the first half, It doesn't. It shows 4 for 11,
Well,
but he was 3 for 7, I think, in the first half when I looked at it at halftime.
Mhm.
And I couldn't get it. I was 2 for 9 or something like that in the first half, and 0 for 1 on fourth down. And yeah, every time he got in the red zone, he scored.
Yep.
And yeah, I only got in the red zone one time. He really shut me down once I got over the 50.
mhm. Well, congratulations on a good season. That's for sure. Number 1 seed. So that's no doubt a good season. Your draft strategy paid off. I just couldn't get what you needed for this win. So congrats on a good season.
Yeah, he beat me in the regular season too. It's funny, the final 4, those 3 guys all beat me in the regular season. So I knew I had my work cut out for me. I would have liked to get Dennis again because we went six quarters in our game when we played.
It should be an interesting final. That game, just turning our attention there for a moment. The Vegas Seattle game. Where is it here? I can't get my eyes to find Las Vegas for whatever reason. Where is it in here? Seattle versus Vegas. Where are you?
Third to the bottom.
There you go. Thank you. So Vegas won that one, 24-14. Outstatted them a little bit.
Yeah, Dennis had 4 turnovers. Stable threw 3 picks.
2 for Staubach, which is uncharacteristic. And then, a fumble for McKnight. That's going to happen for him. But yeah, those 2 picks from Staubach stick out as the unusual occurrence. Stabler went a paltry 17.3 passer rating. So the runners had to do well, and they did. Mitchell, 18 for 124. Carpenter chipped in at a 4.9 average as well.
Yeah, they both had pick sixes
Mm-hmm.
in the game. So it really wasn't as high scoring as it looked.
And Vegas had a 21-7 lead after that pick 6.
Yeah, then Dennis was just chucking it up.
Yep.
You got the touchdown to Reed.
Yep.
Yeah, I was watching Dennis's game against Joe the other day on Tuesday, and the Dennis TD that clinched the game for him, it was TD, right, wrong, whatever. It was just a TD. Like, there was nothing Joe could do. Sometimes it's just make that call, throw deep, see what happens. You know what I mean? And he iced the game with that. He had a 3-point lead at the 50.
Mm-hmm. On a third or fourth down, it was key play.
Third and long, 10 or something. He just threw it deep and he hit it, and nothing really Joe could do. Although a double team would have kept it a little short of the touchdown, but that was it.
Yep. Well, they want to expect it to happen probably over the weekend, I would assume. And we'll crown the champion here, and then wait for the new cards, which are 2 weeks from today. Today being August 5th.
Yeah, I heard the 19th, right?
Yep. So we got a couple week wait before we can dig into that.
Anthony, I just rejoined playing Strat. I took about 6 years off. I hadn't played since 2015. So this was only my second league. I played the replay league that Dennis runs. I had the Patriots, and I lost to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. And so this was the second league that I've been in since I came back. So I was a little nervous in the draft. I was a little, I'd say, rusty, not knowing really what to go for or what to look at or what to do. But Dennis was nice enough to help me out a little bit. And I went offense because my problem is my offense. It still is my offense, even with Burt Jones. But
well, you drafted a fun team, that's for sure. I mean, the best ways to move the ball, more options on offense than anybody.
Right.
And it's a thing. I mean, it's a good strategy, I would say, because defense, no matter what your cards are, you can make defense up with good calls. Offense, you're obviously limited. I mean, you can do guessed wrong, Stabler, short passes and throw picks all day. You get the right double teams on D, you can bridge that gap.
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked. The game that Dennis had, those guys only completed 4 passes each.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we should just be calling run every single down. You know what I mean? Basically. I mean, if these guys are completing 4 passes in a game, I mean, I know it's because a lot of passes getting called, especially from Joe. He's got the big pass rushes.
Yeah.
But
Well, Dennis
but-
too in that game. I mean, Dennis was just trying to prevent Jaws from going deep.
right.
Yeah. With
But
these-
yeah, to have 4 completions, that's crazy, and win a game. And then Dennis wins a game. He gives up over 10 yards a run.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the results of the game was not in the download. I downloaded the playoff file just before our game,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not in there. I can't see it. But if I remember correctly, he had over 10 yards. He gave up 10 yards a run, and he still won the game by 10.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how crazy it is, this rule set. But thank you very much, Anthony, for recording the games and everything. It's appreciated. I know it's a lot of work, and you do a great job.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that very much, and look forward to one more broadcast, probably over the weekend. Join the broadcast if you can, and let's see who gets crowned champion.
Great.
Thanks,
care,
Mike.
Anthony.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye now. Have a good night.
You too.